If we talk about the many things that were done during the years of independence of Kazakhstan, then one of its most notable moments, with undoubted respect for all the others, was the transfer of the capital from Almaty to the north to Astana, the city which is today called Nur-Sultan. Beyond any doubt, it was an event which still overwhelms with its scale and inspires with respect to that political willpower which had to be applied to achieve this goal. Such a process definitely is not simple when one needs to establish a state governance structure almost from scratch, when one needs to find a fine balance of different interests within society while taking into consideration the opinions of various external parties, when one needs to shape an ideological message amid so many different opinions. After all, everybody tries to choose their own way, and there is no clear understanding what path should be taken. When an idea to transfer the capital to the north city of Akmolinsk was proposed for the first time on July 6, 1994, just 3.5 years had passed from when a new Kazakhstan had been formed.
Выношу на ваше рассмотрение очень важный для жизни республики, особенно перспективу, вопрос о переносе столицы нашей страны.
This was a very short period of time on any possible national scale. What are 3.5 years for the country? Even more so, they were not easy years, posing a great deal of complexities and shaping new challenges every day. All of these things were quite logical, and now it was time for the determination and resolve of the President Nursultan Nazarbayev. Beyond any doubt, one can say that without his political power, the transfer of the capital city would never have taken place. The mid-1990s were actually a hard time. Over 1,100,000 people had left Kazakhstan over a 3-year period. Many people lost their jobs and could not find themselves at the market. Market reforms became a painful experience for almost all countries of the former USSR. But one should not disregard that in the 1990s, oil prices were also too low, about $10 per barrel, and nobody could say when they would rise up, or if they would at all. Moreover, there was only one pipeline in Kazakhstan, across Atyrau to Samara, and it could export only 3.5 million tons of oil per year. Today, Kazakhstan's export totals to 70 million tons per year, but from 1994 to 1997, nobody could say how things would unfold. A tactical issue was associated with the threats of earthquakes in Almaty, which could not help from keeping everyone on the alert. The city had suffered a damaging earthquake the last time in the early 20th century, and nobody could forget about its possible recurrence. A damaging earthquake may have had the heaviest consequences for state management. The new state, which initiated the process of state building, had to avoid all possible risks, including earthquakes. One more tactical issue was concerned with territory development. A capital city is not only the political, but also the economic center of the state. The capital city's transfer creates a new center of economic growth in previously remote areas. Today, we witness that Astana, now Nur-Sultan, has become such a center for Kazakhstan's economy. But Astana, Nur-Sultan, is located at a geographic point where the intersection of main transportation routes in Central Asia had to appear in the long run. Kazakhstan is located in the center of the continent, and it can and should become the center of economic flows in the north and south and east-west directions. Over the 20th and 21st centuries, and in particular for the last 100 years, the transfer of Kazakhstan's capital from Almaty to Akmola was its 5th in a row. From 1917 to 1920, the capital of the country was Semipalatinsk. From 1920 to 1925, the capital of the Kyrgyz ASSR within the RSFSR was transferred to Orenburg. From 1925 to 1929, the next main city of what was now known as the Kazakh ASSR was Kizilorda, Akhmechye. Further, in 1929, Alma-Ata initially became the capital of the Kazakh ASSR and later the Kazakh SSR from 1936 to 1997. The decision to transfer the capital seemed a risky, disputable, and incomprehensible business to actualize, and one needed self-righteousness and a readiness to see not only local challenges. On December 10, 1997, Astana became the capital of Kazakhstan. It stands to draw attention to the choice of the name for the new capital. It took the name of Astana, which simply means capital in the Kazakh language.
Командующий гвардией генерал Токпакбаев доставит государственные символы, президентский штандарт в новую столицу Акмолу.
The modernization of Kazakhstan was one of the country's developmental priorities since the 1990s, and the best instances of modernization are found in the Asian tigers. That's why the respective name was adopted. There are significant parallels with the tradition usual for the countries of Eastern Asia. Beijing, translated from Chinese, means a northern capital, and Tokyo, from Japanese, means an eastern capital. The old name of Seoul was Kenson, simply meaning capital. Kyoto, in Japan, has the same meaning. Generally, after becoming independent, it was clear that regions of Kazakhstan tended more to the neighboring, economically developed regions, which are mainly situated on the outskirts of the Great Steppe. In this sense, the decision by the president Nursultan Nazarbayev to transfer the capital to the heart of Kazakhstan's steppes was to establish a new agenda for the country, which should shape its development strategy on its own. It was necessary to bring the country together and shape a geographical center, around and across which the key flows of people and ideas should come, and lay traffic arterials. It was necessary for the internal regions of Kazakhstan to become a center of attraction for economic and political interests. It was a monumental challenge given its strategic importance in the long run. In the mid-1990s, the issue was not just to survive or struggle for existence and integrity, as it was with many countries after the collapse of the USSR, but to see prospects and ensure the country's development for years to come. But it is also obvious that the renaming of the capital of Kazakhstan in 2019 to Nur-Sultan after its first president deservedly reflects the efforts that made not only this city, but the whole country.
Город Акмола стала столицей независимого Казахстана.
Without any doubt, the first president did a lot for the country, and the country responded to him with gratitude and noted his merits.